Gemini, big Gemini. That's just me. That's just me. They know what they're doing. They know what's going on. It's because they have low self-esteem. Almost borderline delusional.
Don't take this personal, but you ain't shit. And you weren't special till I made you so. You better act like you know that I've been through worse to you.
Hey y'all, it's BriTV. Today we're back with another video. I'm doing this one for fun. I'm really into astrology. It's just pretty interesting to me. I do think that there is some truth to it. Am I the type of person who's like, oh, I'm not gonna date a Scorpio because my ex was Scorpio? No, I'm not. But let's say I do date another Scorpio. If he starts to show traits and red flags that my ex used to have, then yes, I would stop liking him. But it wouldn't be because he's a Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it. If you read the title, you know that I'm a Gemini, big Gemini, a June Gemini at that. I feel like, you know what? As I go through the signs, I'm going to tell you, in my opinion, what month is the boss of that sign. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's the dominant and who's the submissive month. Before we start, like the video because it helps. It's free. If you didn't see my last video, check it out. It's doing numbers. Thank you for everybody who's watched it, clicked it, viewed it, liked it, commented. Anything like that is support, and I'm forever grateful for that. All right, first one is Aries. I actually like Aries. Gemini and Aries are supposed to be very compatible. I do like Aries people. I feel like I get along with Aries well. In my experience with Aries, I feel like Aries are very passionate. They're in whether it's good or bad. So if they love you, they're very passionate with that. They show up for you. They defend you. For an Aries, they're down for you, very passionate lovers. Then on the other side, if they're mad, they're very mad. Usually when they're mad, they want to fight, or they're definitely gonna go to the next level, because I just feel like in all aspects of an Aries, they're very passionate. Does that mean sensitive? No. I think it's passion. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Cancers are sensitive, but Aries are passionate. That's, you feel me? Another thing, I do think Aries have a great sense of humor. Every Aries I meet is actually fucking hilarious. And another thing with Aries is that their sense of humor is top tier. Like, yes, funny as hell, witty. Yes, it's that type of humor. I love that type of humor. That's kind of my type of humor too. I'm not saying as a Gemini, but just me personally, I like that type of humor where you're witty. You're not just saying like random bullshit. Like, it's funny, you feel me? Like, the timing, there's truth to it, there's wordplay, like, you know, like some intellectual humor. I feel like that's what that is. So I am a fan of Aries. I will say that as a Gemini, Aries is on my good side. Taurus, my next one I'm going to talk about is Taurus. One thing about Taurus, I feel like they are portrayed to be nonchalant and like, you know, not about drama and just want to eat, like whatever, you feel me? And I do think that Taurus are not about drama, but with that being said, I don't think Taurus are actually nonchalant. I actually think they're very sensitive, and they use being nonchalant as a coping mechanism. That's just me. That's just me. I really genuinely believe that Taurus are very sensitive people. A lot of things bother them. They just don't show that it bothers them. And then with that being said though, even though things bother them often, I do think that they can get over it quickly. I don't think that they will internalize things or let things make them spiral. Do you know what I'm saying? Let situations make them spiral. So I do think they're sensitive and that things can get under their skin, but after they're done letting it get over their skin, they're actually over it. Like, they're not like pretending to be over it. They can get over things pretty quickly. My dog is in here now. Yeah, so if you hear some breaths and some noises that he likes to make. Next one on my list is Geminis. As a Gemini, I love Geminis, okay? I'm not gonna beat the allegations. As a Gemini, I love Geminis. I know a lot of people don't like us Geminis. I know they do. We're very slick at the mouth. Very slick in the mouth. Don't argue with the Gemini. That's all I'm saying. Do not argue with the Gemini. We go low and we just know what to say to get under your skin at the end of the day. But other than that, I feel like that's the only downside of a Gemini. But the other side to Gemini is and this is my main reason for loving Geminis, is that they're open-minded. I know everyone knows the Gemini symbol is two people, twins, And I feel like because of the symbol, that's where everybody's like, oh, Geminis are two-faced, Geminis are this, da 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 da. But I feel like that's biased. Like, I don't think that's really a lot of people's experiences with Geminis. And I feel like us being two people, being twins, that lets us be way more open-minded and way more generous than the average sign. I really feel that way. And last thing is that Geminis are unpredictable, very impulsive, I will say. I don't think Geminis are fake or two-faced or whatever y'all like to do and say about Geminis. I think we are unpredictable. You don't know what we're gonna say next, what we're gonna do next, how we're gonna feel about something. Because I will say Geminis are sensitive as well. Because I don't know, I just feel like we're so generous, we're so open-minded and understanding for people. So when that's not returned, it's like a switch. Cancer. I actually, as a Gemini, I don't like Cancers. I don't like Cancers. Maybe it's because I do think Cancers are very sensitive, just like Geminis, and I don't know if that can go hand in hand, if that makes sense. In my experience, Cancers are very manipulative. They know how, because they are sensitive, they know how to pull on your heartstrings. They know how to get you feeling how they want you to feel. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Cancers are very manipulative in that way. Like, people think they're crybabies, and yeah, but like, they know what they're doing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they know what they're doing. They know what's going on. Yeah. And then last thing, this actually goes hand in hand with them knowing what's going on and knowing what they're doing, is that I think they're very charismatic. They can get along with people well. They can talk to people well. That's how they know how to manipulate. Literally, they get along with people. They can pretend to relate to people. They can pretend to feel some, like, you feel me? Like, that's my experience for Cancers as a Gemini. Okay, that's all I can say. Next one is Leos. Leo's actually my rising sign. I love Leos down. I've always loved Leos. My niece is a Leo, my sister's a Leo, and my friend's a Leo. So I love Leos. I attract Leos. That's my jam. I love Leos. But we're gonna get into the nitty-gritty of the Leos, okay? Leos are seen as confident, as leaders, as, you know, the main character energy. And I feel like true, but deep down below, it's because they have low self-esteem. Don't be mad at me. I really genuinely, if you're a Leo, be truthful to yourself. I feel like Leos low-key have low self-esteem, and they overcompensate by being the main character energy, being this loud presence. And don't get me wrong, I don't think self-esteem and confidence are exactly the same. I feel like you can have confidence in yourself, but still allow other people to treat you in ways you know you shouldn't be treated. I feel like that's the difference between confidence and self-esteem. Last things I would say about Leos is that they are always a good time. Always a good time, and Leos are funny as shit. Next is Virgos. Virgos, I feel like there's two signs that I kind of like ignore sometimes, which is Virgos and Pisces. But I had to think back to my old friend from high school who's a Virgo, and I was like, you know what? She was very loyal. She was very funny. She was actually such a good vibe. Yeah, I think Virgos are all around good people, all around good vibes. They don't do the bullying. They don't do the drama. Like, no, I feel like they have a good sense of self and sense of self-preservation. So they don't be doing all the rah-rah. You know what I'm saying? They don't entertain that. They like to be good people. They like to have good vibes. They're loyal to their friends. That is my experience with Virgos. I do love Virgos. I don't know if Geminis and Virgos are technically compatible, but I will say I do like Virgos. Libra. My man is a Libra, so when I say what I'm about to say, I'm not talking about my man. But apparently Libras and Geminis are supposed to be like this. I don't know. I feel like Libras pretend to be a good person instead of actually being it. And this is experience from just more than one Libra. I definitely feel like they pretend to be a good person instead of just being one. It's almost borderline delusional in a way. It's like they do you wrong and then they expect you to like just get over it, I guess. So I'm not saying all Libras are bad people, but I do think that instead of like doing the actual work to be a better person, they just tend to put on a show, put on an act, and it doesn't go well because, you know, what's done in the dark always comes to the light. Your true character always comes out. So I just feel like it takes a while for a Libra to actually tell their self, like, okay, I need to work on something. I have a problem. Let me start fixing it. Next, we have Scorpio. I did mention Scorpios earlier. In my experience, Scorpios are very manipulative in a way where they think life is a game. They do things for the plot. I feel like they can be very influenced by their friends. I just think they think life is a video game, like, for real. Like, I will say Scorpio women are beautiful. They have a certain type of sexiness to them. I feel like you can look at a woman and, like, you can guess, oh, she's a Scorpio, because that's Scorpio or a Libra. They give off sexy everything. Damn, I just realized I haven't been saying who runs the month, but we'll do that at the end. So if you want to know if your month runs the sign, then keep watching. But yeah, so that's what I think for Scorpios. I feel like they kind of live in their own head. They don't see reality for what it really is. Not in the fact that it's delusional, but like they think they're in a movie. You know what I'm saying? It's very dramatic all the time. Like, that's what it seems like with Scorpios. Like, you know what? Actually, they may be delusional. They may be. Next, we have Sagittarius. I think Sagittarius people are a little bit quirky. They definitely have quirks to them and are a little bit weird, but in a good way, in a funny way. I can appreciate a Sagittarius because I feel like they're just themselves. They be their self. Like, that's how you should be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do fuck with Sagittarius sis. I think they have the best humor, and I do think that even though they're very quirky and very weird, they are still confident, and like I said, they are comfortable with themselves. And I just feel like, for me personally, that's a very admirable quality to have in any person, not just Sagittarius. But I have noticed that a lot of Sagittarius just present as their self and they don't care. Next, we have one of my favorite signs, and it's Capricorn. Capricorn is my moon sign. One of my homegirls is a Capricorn, and honestly, this is just from how she is and my moon sign, like how I am. This is where I got my opinion from. I think Capricorns are boss bitches, period, or boss men, whatever, you feel me? I feel like they're bosses. Like, they're about their business. They have great work ethic, and that's just it to it. Like, I do hear that Capricorns are bossy, and I think that is actually the perfect word for it, because it's like they know what they want done. They know what they want done, and they want it done their way, and they want it done fast. Like, why are you bullshitting? Why are you bullshitting? If you have time to do it now, type shit. Like, they're just, the work ethic is there, and I just love that. I love that. With that boss bitch mentality comes with being blunt. I feel like a lot of Capricorns are very blunt. Like, they just say what they mean straight like that. Like, straight like that, no sugarcoating. And honestly, I appreciate that in a person. I really do. Like, being blunt is actually one of my favorite things about people. Seriously. Aquarius. I feel like Capricorns and Aquarius, I would put Leo. An Aquarius is a mix between a Leo and a Capricorn, I feel. But let me explain. I feel like Aquariuses are intellectuals. That's why I think they relate to Capricorns in a way, that they have good work ethic. They hold themselves at a high standard, but they're not like bossy. I feel like they're more independent, if that makes sense. Like, does that make sense, y'all? I don't know. And then how I would correlate them to Leos is that all the things that Leos present to be, so like confident, the main character, all this, I feel like Aquariuses actually are that. They are Leos with high self-esteem. That's what I would describe an Aquarius. Like, that's just my experience with them. That's my opinion. Please comment down below y'all opinions, like, please. And then don't forget to put what your sign is, because that matters. I really feel like that matters, because you can be biased. I can be biased, okay? This video is just for fun, okay? Not too serious, y'all. And the last one we have is Pisces. Honestly, I don't have the best experience with Pisces, so I am going to be biased. I don't think Pisces are considerate people. I think they're very insensitive, to be honest. Like, I don't have the best experience with Pisces, but So I could be biased, but I do think that Pisces are very sensitive and kind of spiteful because they're sensitive. And then I do think that they have low self-esteem. I haven't met a Pisces yet who has high self-esteem, and I'm not talking down on them, because me personally, I don't think my self-esteem is where it should be. Okay, so I know I have stuff to work on. I'm just not there yet, and I'm like, you feel me, other people aren't going to be there yet, so I'm not talking down on them. But just my opinion, I have not met a Pisces who like really holds herself to a high regard. I actually think that they just let themselves go through anything, kind of, and then they don't really learn their lesson. I don't know, I feel like they just are just empaths in a way to other people's emotions. They're way too overly understanding, way too overly giving of their self, of their time, of their feelings, of, you know, I just feel like that is Pisces to a T. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's bad for them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, now we can get into what month runs these signs. First one, Aries is end of March, early April, and April definitely runs Aries. That's just that on that. Taurus, when I think of Taurus, I think of May. Gemini, I think of June. And I'm not to be biased, but I do feel like June Geminis run the sign. Like May, Gemini, like no, when you think of Gemini, you think June. Let's all be for real. Come on. Cancer, I feel like Cancers run July. When I think of Cancers, I think of July. Simple as that, because June is for Geminis. Like, that's what I think. Leo is, I don't know, maybe I might be conflicted because my niece is an August Leo, my sister's a July Leo, so it's like I don't know. But if I can say which Leos I like better, I like August Leos better. Virgo is September, simple. Libra is October. Scorpio, November. Sagittarius, I think December. I feel like that's their whole month, not gonna lie. Capricorns, I don't know, because I don't think Capricorns are December or January. I feel like January is for Aquarius. I don't know. And then Pisces this is that one of the signs where I said I kind of overlooked them. What even month is that? March? Let's go with March. Okay, that's the end of this video. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you liked me, subscribe. Comment down below your thoughts, and don't forget to put your sign, because I feel like there's gonna be some biases. Remember, this video is for fun. Okay, I'm a Gemini, so I'm gonna have my biases too, and that's just that. Make sure you watch my last video. Love y'all. Thank you for watching. Bye.